welcome back to another motherfucking video. As you can see by today's title, we're going to be speaking on identity because I feel like this topic has been floating around for a good minute. And anytime any of you guys message me, DM me, and you're like, okay, Danny, thank you for this video, but I still feel lost. Like, I don't know what to do in regards to my life, my path. I'm going to push you and tell you to look within yourself. The kingdom of God is within you. If you want to change your outer reality, you have to change things within yourself first. And that comes with knowing who you are, your identity, and feeling safe. Your nervous system. Your nervous system determines the capacity that you have to hold new things, right? To receive, to operate in this new identity. Because if we do not feel safe, we're going to reject everything that we actually want. That's why, for example, people who have experienced very unhealthy and abusive relationships, they later on, someone new comes into their life, right? And they probably have a good relationship with themselves. They have a good perception of love, and they're trying to give that to you. And you're like, your nervous system goes into like a shock mode. I have not experienced this. This is so new to me. This feels intense. I'm going to run. Even though I want it, I'm going to run. Even though I would like to experience it, your nervous system is like, yeah, let's sabotage this new person, this new connection, or even go back to what we know. Go back to that ex, go back to that person, go back to comfort zone. And that is not what we want, y'all. We want this year to change the script of our lives in a positive way, in a positive manner. So it all starts with you, and it all starts within. How you gonna win if you ain't right within? You already know that song. But do you really know that song? Anyways, so when it comes to you changing your identity, it doesn't have to be an overnight thing. Now, if you want to be that person that you're like, you know what, I am done. At this moment, you're like, I am done with the things that I've been seeing. Tomorrow, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to talk differently, walk differently. I'm going to change my perspective. You're ready to just launch yourself, then good. That's good thing for you. But for most of us, we know that it's going to come slow, okay? It doesn't have to be fast. It can be the little things that you do, y'all. Write down on paper, right? Because sometimes I get into my reflective state, and at the end of the month, I do a tracking of myself. Current self and higher self. How have I been operating as the best version of myself, or the version that I'm aiming to be? And what habits, what things are still keeping me in a state of the old, or someone that I'm trying to let go of? Like, what are still the thought patterns that are lingering, and what are still the habits? And when I say habits, I don't only talk about negative patterns like addictions. I'm not talking about the use of substances. I'm talking about even the little things that we do affect who we are consciously being. So it might even be the way that you eat. You know, a lot of people are working. When they are eating, they're used to, or people that go to school, you know, like, gotta eat standing up, you gotta eat fast. And when I had jobs that would require me to go like early as heck, or like even midday, my body, the connection with the food in my body, it was just so dysregulated. I didn't like it. My higher self, or the best version of me, plans the meals ahead of time. I eat, good, healthy choices, and I sit my ass down and I eat, and I'm in the present moment, and I enjoy my food. Small things like that. What kind of music do you listen to? Are you the type to listen to just anything? How do you manage stress? Are you the type to have rage when you're being stressful? Like, how do you see the best version of yourself operate? Because I have a video where I spoke on how I let go of when it came to me smoking weed, right? And my higher self was like, that's the best version of you, Danny. Whenever you feel anxious and stressed, do you resort to weed? Do you hit your pen anytime you're stressful? I don't. I want to be able to manage stress in a healthy way for myself and for everyone else around me, because what you do with yourself affects everyone around you, affects collectively. If you're already aware of the things that you want to change, the next thing you need to do is just take action. God is not withholding the blessings from you. Okay, God is not withholding that next job opportunity from you. God is not withholding the next relationship. God is not withholding anything. You are blocking it by not getting to the root cause, or not facing a fear, or still doubting, still second guessing yourself. You want to arrive to your promised land because identity is tied to your promised land. You don't have to be trapped in a season, in a cycle, right? You don't have to wait for someone to give you permission to step into the new. A lot of the times we're used to waiting. I really want to do this, but should I do this? You ask somebody else, what do you think about this? Instead of trusting yourself and going with the flow. And you know what? I'm being led and guided to do this. I'm going to listen to that internal voice. And then later on, once you do that, your path opens up. Opportunities come to you, right? Everything starts to flow again. And some of you have asked for new. You're like, you know what? Maybe you're like, I want to get out of this freaking system. I don't want to work for nobody else. But you want that, but you don't expect things outside of you to start crumbling down. You don't expect things to collapse for you to. It's like, hello, you want to do this, but then you panic, right? I feel like when it comes to hitting rock bottom, people panic, and us humans get into like victim mode immediately instead of seeing it as, wow, I'm not being controlled by anyone else. I'm not getting told what to do right now. I have the opportunity to create something new. I have the opportunity to create an opportunity for myself. I have an opportunity to become creative on what I can make out of this. God is entering to your desire in that way. God is like, well, you said you didn't want to work for nobody else. You said you didn't want to be tied to the system. You said you didn't want to clock in, or you said you wanted a new experience. You said you wanted something new in your life. You wanted more money. You wanted more income. Okay. But do not expect for things to be the same outside of you. That's just not how it's going to work. When it comes to growth and self-development, you cannot drag old baggage into the new. You're praying for a breakthrough in the same environment that God is wanting you to choose yourself in. You always have everything you need. You might not have everything you want, but you have everything you need so you can get the things that you want. You said you want to be a CEO. Said you want to be a business person, but you wake up at 1 p.m. But you said you want to be someone who, influences people, but you second guess everything you say. You don't trust yourself. We just be contradicting ourselves. And trust me, I'm telling you this because I've done this myself. Like, I've been saying, or I've had a picture of who I want to be in my mind, and then I then complain about the things that show up, or the triggers that show up, or me becoming aware of my own BS, or maybe when life just puts me into a void, or when things start collapsing for me, or things start to crumble for me, even though I prayed and I asked God for something else, for a change. Let rock bottom, and I just had this thought pop in my head. Activate your inner child. When you're experiencing rock bottom, and right now you have lost everything, right? Which basically God has removed everything that he knows you don't need anymore, or that it's not of use anymore. Reconnect it with your inner child. Get creative. Just like when in art class, well, my favorite class in school used to be English class and art class. Because when the teacher would let us be like, you know what, y'all can just get creative. I'm not grading on perfection. I just want to see what's in y'all's heads. That would be so relaxing for me, because my imagination can be very interesting. Let yourself feel safe enough to trust yourself that you can come out of this. You can come out of any season. change the script and open up a new pathway for yourself. Open up a new opportunity for yourself. And maybe God is asking you for this season to use the gifts that he has already instilled within you, because God has instilled gifts in all of us. The thing is that some people get to the promised land maybe earlier than other people, because everyone is different, okay? Everyone has different internal blockages. Some people are more logical and they don't think. They just do. They think, but it's just they don't dwell. They don't dwell on how that affects them emotionally. They're just like, I need to get to the next thing. They don't think about, what are people gonna think now? I've lost this. What is this gonna happen? Like, their ego is like, they're able to push their pride to the side. In a way, think about themselves and what they really need right now, what they actually want. A lot of us are thinking too much of what other people want. People pleasing. Knowing that right now you might want to make some music. Right now you're like, well, in this space right now, in the void that I feel, I want to paint. I want to make some art. I want to make some clothing. I want to start, a podcast. But you put too many buts, and you have to change your response to your circumstances and look at them as opportunities, because everything is always happening for your highest good if you know it. I'm not going to say if you believe it, because believing is not enough, y'all. I'm going to give you a good example of why believing is not enough. There are people that will recite Psalm 23, right? They read the word and they're like, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not lack. And when next thing you know, a bill comes in regards to finances, money, rent due, and they start to get anxious, they start to get stressed, they start to panic, because the only thing that they did was just try to believe that God was going to provide for them. God wants you to know that he is going to provide for you. Like, when it comes to manifestation, when it comes to putting things and trying to bring things into your existence, you have to know that I will get this. I am deserving of this. This is going to work out for me. There can be no room for doubt. And it's going to take some time to do that, because we are programming used to being so disconnected and not trust, just lack of faith. The system wants you to have so much lack of faith and believe in God and believe in yourself. Believe that you can do anything, that you can come out of anything, that you can heal anything, that you like that strong conviction. So ask yourself, what am I still carrying that I'm not operating as the best version of myself? What is really stopping me of operating as the version of myself that I see myself in my head be, but it's just being so hard to become? Like I said, limited beliefs, internal blockages, fears, self-judgment, people-pleasing habits, lack of self-belief. A lot of y'all are waiting for everyone else to believe in you, but not knowing that you're a co-creator within your reality. Like, it does not matter if no one else believes in you. Honestly, I had to come to that realization. Like, I've struggled with, my inner child needing my parents, needing a better support system when it comes to me and my dreams and my passions. I wish that I were pushed to have that have that support that I have of strangers and friends that encourage me to pursue what I want to pursue. But when it comes to my parents, I didn't have that. I'm like, well, they're not living this path. They're not living this life. You don't need no one else to believe in you, because God already does. God already believes in you. That's why he instilled those dreams, those desires and passion, that purpose, that assignment on you, because God already knew, I'm going to choose this person to execute that. And I need them to believe in themselves. I need them to know that I'm not separate from them. I need them to know that when they make moves, they are God in action. They are me in action. When they stop seeking outside and they start commanding, things will start to shift. When they start to decree instead of try to believe, right? The only person blocking, and that's why the spiritual path is it's a path that requires a lot of accountability because it's all on you. Like, you're the block. You're your own block on your path. You can try to blame other people, but like, that gives your power away instantly. And I would say, in order to feel safe again, in order to trust yourself again, in order to better your relationship with yourself, because when it comes to identity, it comes to the relationship that you're having with yourself, and that reflects the relationship that you have with the outer world. Do things that make you, when they say be on a high vibrational state and they talk about follow your highest excitement, that's basically you doing things that you know your higher self, that inner child within you, wants to do. Let it take the lead. Use your imagination and let it open up to new things. Let it just get creative, and trust yourself that you are doing what you're doing is right for you at this moment. Some of y'all really don't need to spend too much time doing shadow work. You just need to take action. You really just need to throw yourself in the unknown, because right now you might be in the void. You might be lost, experiencing the unknown. You don't know what's next for you. But if you were to change your perspective, like I was saying earlier, and see it as, oh my God, I have so much, like, I can do so much right now. Like, I have so many ideas. And find a quiet place and write down the things that come up for you. And trust that. Because sometimes answers do come up and we're like, huh? And then we feel like we're lost again. Anyways, y'all, I don't want to make this video too long. Like, it's very simple, but at the same time, it's like you just need to take that action. You either want to stay stagnant, or you either want your promised land, or you don't want your promised land. You either want your blessings or you don't. You want to be in alignment with the best version of yourself, or you don't. Sometimes it comes to decision and action. So anyways, if you like this video, put a like and follow me on my social medias down below, and I'll see you guys on my next video.